Ladakh, by the way, is just the tip of the iceberg. China is fighting a proxy battle with India on many fronts. The most worrying front of late seems to be Nepal. India's patience with Nepal is being tested. Kathmandu keeps upping the ante. India responds with silence or platitudes. Cliches like roti beti ka rishta. That's what Defence Minister Rajnath Singh said. Now, Nepal seems to have decided to change that too with a new law. Let me start from the beginning. First, Nepal betrayed India with a fixed map, adopting a wrong political map. It redrew its boundaries with India. It laid claim to Indian territories. It deployed troops. Nepal deployed troops along the Uttarakhand border. And now Nepal is once again contesting its international border with India. A subplot has emerged in Bihar. The flashpoint is the Lal Bake River in Bihar's East Champaran district. India is fortifying an embankment along the river. Nepal is objecting this too. The land in question is located some 45 kilometers away from the Motihari town in Bihar. Every year ahead of the monsoon, India works on this embankment. This area is prone to floods. Embankments are fortified as a precaution. As I said, India has been doing this forever. Nepal never objected. That is until now. All of a sudden, Nepal says that this area belongs to them. Talks have been held with Nepalese officials, but the matter by and large remains unresolved. Local Indian officials say the dispute is untenable and unwarranted. The timing is curious and significant. This comes barely a week after Nepalese forces opened fire on villagers along the border with Bihar. One Indian citizen was killed, two others detained. Now, Nepal is laying claim to territories in Bihar. The hostility is unprecedented. Nepal is worked up about imaginary Indian encroachments, but remains blind to obvious Chinese incursions on its soil. Let me give you an example. A small village which has been under Chinese control for more than 60 years now. It's called Ruigaon, a village which consists of 72 households. This area is officially included in Nepal's map, but on the ground it remains a part of the Tibet Autonomous Region. The language, the culture, the traditions, rituals, everything in this village is Nepalese. But first, due to negligence and now due to indifference, it remains under Chinese control. So much for safeguarding territorial integrity. And claiming disputed territories is just one aspect of Nepal's growing aggression towards India. Kathmandu is altering its laws to directly target Indian citizens. Earlier, a foreign woman marrying a Nepalese man used to get immediate citizenship, not anymore. This was citizenship with all rights of a citizen. That may change now. The Nepal Parliament has endorsed an amendment to the Citizenship Act 2063. This amendment will make it compulsory for a foreign woman to wait for 7 years to acquire naturalized citizenship after marriage. In other words, if you're a woman married to a man from Nepal, you'll have to wait for 7 years till the country accepts you as your own, as its own. You could say this law is meant for all foreigners, but look at the figures and you'll know it's aimed at Indians. The India-Nepal rift is widening. Can Nepal really afford it? I have some figures to give you food for thought. Nearly 6 million Nepali citizens live and work in India. There are about 32,000 Nepalese Gorkhas serving in the Indian Army's 7 Gorkha rifle regiments. In 2018, Nepal received more than $1 billion in remittances from India. India is the second largest remittance-generating country for Nepal, and remittances, by the way, account for more than a quarter of Nepal's GDP. So this is an important figure. 58% of all imports to Nepal are from India. Can Nepal afford this fight is the question. The border tension has hurt Nepali citizens the most, especially pensioners who retired from the army. They've not been able to draw pensions from the banks on the Indian side in Uttarakhand since March due to the sealing of the border. Despite everything, Nepal persists. So here's the long and short of it. Kathmandu is crossing all red lines. It is striking deals without considering India's interests. It is claiming disputed lands without giving dialogue a chance. But then for dialogue, India would have to speak. I'm sure they have their reasons, but all things considered, silence appears to be a bad strategy.
Our two giant nations, India and China, are they our good neighbors? This is questionable. 6 million Nepalese citizens live in India and work there. This is not the proper data. Yes, more than 20 lakhs Indian people live in Nepal and work here. This is true. Yes, this is true. More than 32,000 Gurkha soldiers are serving in Indian army. They have shed blood for India and Indian people. This is true. In 2018, Nepal received $1 billion from India as a remittance. Nepal is the seventh largest remittance generating country for India. Nepal imports from India in every fiscal year more than $8 billion. Nepal is in trade deficit with India. This is true. Kathmandu is not crossing line. That is New Delhi who is crossing line. Yes, it was the disputed area. The Kalapani area was disputed area. But firstly, unilaterally, India took a step, different activities in the border, not to Kathmandu or not to Nepal. This is the fact.